everybody, and welcome back today to my F1 2019 Road to Glory career mode. It's time for part 14 of Season 1, the Belgian Grand Prix. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. If you missed last episode, we have just had a fairly decent race, I can't lie. Um, a nice, a nice kind of race. We made up a few places, we got stuck behind Vettel for a little while, but we come home P4. Yeah, that's about our goal, I reckon. Our goal's about 7th, 8th, kind of just behind the Red Bulls, the Ferraris, and the Mercedes cars. We've signed a new contract then, ahead of the Belgian Grand Prix, where we are going to stay with the team, and we've got better resource points now. Expected qualifying 10th, expected race position 10th, first driver. Easy point 10, you can see all our contract perks as well. So, yeah, fairly decent contract all round then. We've got some more upgrades on for this one as well. So, I'm looking forward to the Belgian Grand Prix. It is going to be a wet qualifying and then a wet start to the Grand Prix as well. So, I'm very much looking forward to this race here. I love the Belgian Grand Prix. It's usually a circuit I go pretty well at. But the last time I said it's usually a circuit I go pretty well at, that was the German Grand Prix. I crashed in qualifying and then got spun round on lap 2. So, hopefully, this race goes a bit better here. We'll see how it goes for us, guys. I'm going to mute on this one, and I'll speak to you after qualifying. We crossed the line then in P4. Very good qualifying for us in the Alfa Romeo car. I mean, you can see we have those downforce upgrades on there. You could see through Blanchimont, through Rouge, how much more committed we were in the wet compared to the Ferrari cars that are 1 or 2 in this qualifying session here. Hamilton, though, only P6 there. Raikkonen in P8 there. So Raikkonen, yeah, again, Raikkonen, best of the rest there. We kind of split the top pack there, which I will definitely take. We're only one of 4 drivers in the 1 minute 59s. So, you know, very, very happy with that result. But it's Sebastian Vettel and Charles Leclerc then 1-2 for Ferrari at the Belgian Grand Prix. Obviously, the team will be driving for in next season's career mode. But I'm looking forward to this Grand Prix, especially if it's going to turn to dry. But yeah, a good rate, a good qualifying all round. So I'll be happy with this one.
The weather hasn't been ideal in qualifying. What's your take on it?
But
Great. Well, that's
I am looking forward. I am looking forward to this Grand Prix. It is it is definitely definitely going to be a interesting Grand Prix. I feel. I'm looking forward to it though, because as I say, Belgian Grand Prix in the wet is always a fun one. So we're going to try and see what we can do then from fourth on the grid here. The last time we started
Well
fourth on the
done.
grid
That was a
was
good
the
qualifying.
Canadian Grand Prix, I'm pretty sure, and that race ended in a disaster. So hopefully, though, we can turn it around in this one. Can we get... Oh, we can't get any more perks before this race here. I mean, our chassis is coming on leaps and bounds here. I mean, just look at that. We have two more upgrades on the way there, and then our engine looking pretty good here. But it's going to be time then for the Belgian Grand Prix. I am excited for this race, as I say. The wet conditions going to make this one unpredictable here. It looks like it's only going to be intermediate conditions here, and it is only going to be intermediate conditions. But I believe, are we starting P3? No, we are P4. Okay. We are definitely starting, though, on the best side of the grid, the cleaner side here. When the 5 red lights go on, we'll be racing at Spa, and they are out, and we are racing for the Belgian Grand Prix there. The two Ferraris get away well there. We get an okay start there. Raikkonen's made a really good start there. Look at that. He's already challenging the two Mercedes cars here. We're on the outside, though, of Max Verstappen here. We're going to try and make a move going up the hill here. We are going to try and get past Verstappen there. He's still going to be on our inside. We're going to be a lot more committed, though, through the hill there. We catch a big slide there. Oh, my word. Almost off at Radion there. Wow. We done well to hold that one there. There is a car off at Radion, I believe. It's a McLaren. A McLaren is off at Radion. How's it kept it going there? It looks like a spin now with the two Ferraris fighting over positions here. Oh my word, Leclerc cuts back into the circuit there. That McLaren is going very slowly though at the rear of the field there. Has it had a spin or something? I don't know which McLaren it is, but yeah, maybe a spin or contact with another car, possibly contact with the wall. You never know what's going to happen though in a wet race at Belgium here, but we've made a decent start though. We are up into P3 on the grid then. The two Ferraris though run first and second in this race here. It's been a great start for the Ferraris that really struggled last time out in Hungary. Obviously Leclerc, you know, having to take grid penalties and then just not moving forward. He finished P6 or P5 in that one. And then Vettel, though, early race contact dropped him right down the order. He was 16th or something like that in the end. So he struggled with that car in that Grand Prix. But though, the Ferraris usually seem to go well around Belgium, and it's proven here. It's a 1 and 2 for them as they stand. Verstappen, though, right behind us, he's going to be on our tail, and he's going to be trying to chase us down. And whoa! As I talk about being committed through Blanchimont, that was maybe a bit too committed there. We almost spin the car around, but a great opening lap for us then. We've got Verstappen behind us here. We're going to have to try and keep him behind us for as long as possible. I'm going to get a set of mediums at the ready though, because they do talk of it drying up here, and the rain's not even that hard to be fair. It's just the amount of standing water in this Grand Prix. So as soon as that rain stops here, I don't reckon we'll be on for too much longer until it is dry conditions. As I say, it does talk of drying up in this one. But let's see though if we can do... Oh, oh my word! Whoa, and a big slide through the top of Arouge there and through Rally on there, and Verstappen will overtake us in this race here. It looks like Bottas though is going to be on our outside there. Oh, we catch another big slide though. We're going to have to cut the corner here, and we do get a warning for corner cutting though. We were already ahead of Verstappen there. It's just because we were breaking offline there. But that's two big slides then we've had during this race here. We need to calm down, because I can see before long we're going to end up either backwards or up against a barrier, and neither of those would be ideal for our chances of what looks to be a P3 finish at the moment. So we just need to, you know, relax a little bit, just take this race as it comes here. But the Belgian Grand Prix though, still a bit wet there. It's in about 5 or 10 minutes until this rain passes, so that could be about anywhere between about 5 laps time then. It's about a 2-minute lap time around here in wet conditions. I mean, qualifying was a 1:59 for us, as I say. One of only 4 drivers to get into the 1:59s here, as we just, I'm trying to be as committed as possible in this car, but it's difficult in these wet conditions. I mean, I don't even really know how this car handles in the dry around this circuit, but we've just got to see what we can do here. That's pretty much flat for us. It's just our Rouge and a Radion that we need to watch out for, because those. We're getting very crossed up through the past couple laps here, but it's been a good. Lap 3 then of the Belgian Grand Prix here. The two Ferrari cars still hot chasing each other there. Let's call through Pooh on there. Really struggling with the back end of this car here, with cars just trying to dance around in the rain here. But it doesn't feel too bad though. Obviously through the higher speed corners the car's going to be very much on edge here in these conditions. But it says about 5 or 10 minutes until the rain clears up here. As I say, that's about 5 laps then for us to navigate in these conditions. 2.1 seconds is the gap between the Ferraris in front, and we are going to try and see if we can catch them there. We seem to be staying ahead of the Mercedes cars behind us, which I guess that's the most important thing really, isn't it? As long as we're staying ahead of them there. Oh, another big slide. We're so lucky we're holding on to these here. We should have been in the barriers a long time ago, I think. But yeah, we just, as I say, just need to calm down a little bit here. I believe the McLaren had damage, because I think it's pitted, because he is right down the back. I mean, you can see how far away he is from everybody else. On lap 4 though of this race now starting, and we're going to be third place still here. We're going to see though what we can do in the rest of this Grand Prix here. See again though, another big slide through the top of the hill though, but you just have to be committed as possible here. You just have to be constantly counter steering in this. It's very much a turn right to go left in these conditions, especially when you're racing at these speeds here. But 2 seconds though is the gap between us and the Ferraris in front. It's the slowest speed corners that I seem to struggle more with, to be fair. Because you can really push through the high speed corners, and it's not even that difficult to like hold on to the car once you catch a slide. I mean, you've seen us do it a few times here. We've managed to hold on to the car at high speeds there, but we've just got to do what we can here. The rain, I think, is definitely easing off as we go through Pooh on now there. Oh, we do run quite wide there. We are going to just slide it through the corner though. We hold on to it, and it is going to be still just pushing the limits in these conditions here. We're definitely pulling away from Mercedes. I believe we are definitely catching up to the Ferrari cars as well here, which is always great. But these conditions are something you always find yourself improving on. Yeah, we've gained 0.8 of a second here, and we've set the fastest middle sector of the race. So these so far are very good conditions for us. I'm looking forward to.
Good job. That was the fastest lap of the race so far.
Lap 5 then of this Grand Prix here. The rain has stopped there. Oh, and another big slide up through the hill. We do set the fastest lap though last time out. But yeah, we're gaining on the Ferraris though. But talking of gaining on the Ferraris, Charles Leclerc is going to gain on his teammate here. He is going to try and move through into the lead there. There's neck and neck through the next chicane there. Is there a little bit of contact between them here? But no, but it puts Vettel on the back foot though. Leclerc will take the lead of the Belgian Grand Prix. The rain has stopped here, but it is still very much, you know, tricky conditions in this race there. Oof, another big slide but we are going to hold on to it though. We're going to hold on to P3 in this race here. Lap 5 of the Belgian Grand Prix. Yeah, the McLaren's just fallen further and further back. I don't really know what is going on there, unless they're just driving around with the, if they have any damage, unless they're just driving around with it, but they seem to be miles off here. But you never know what's going to happen here in the dry conditions. I mean, if it's only going to be dry for the last few laps, I was thinking, would it just be worth staying out on inters, just trying to stay in the dry conditions on inters for a final few laps here. I don't know, we're within a second now though of Vettel and Leclerc ahead. It doesn't matter though, because it's not going to be DRS here. But these two are still all over the back of each other. The Ferrari cars, I mean, it's great to see that they are finally now a bit more competitive. Bearing in mind we're going to be driving for them next season. But Vettel all over the grass there. And I think he does make a bit of contact with the back of Leclerc here. This is personal right on the back of the two fighting Ferraris. And are we here going to be able to move past Sebastian Vettel here? He's going to defend the inside. We're going to chop to the outside here. I think he was almost going to try and dive on Leclerc there, but nearly went into the back of him. We're going to get a good exit though off turn 1 here. We're going to get the traction here. We're going to get the power down. We're going to move ahead of Sebastian Vettel here. We are going to move into P2 then in this race. We've got Leclerc in front of us here. We're all over the back of Charles Leclerc now, going up a Rouge Radion. And then we're going to be going down the Kemmel straight here. We're going to try and power pass Charles Leclerc here. We are going to do it there. Vettel is going to get boxed in though by me and Leclerc. Leclerc's going to make us work for it here. We're going to pull to the inside there. He makes a little bit of contact with us here. But we are through and we are into P1 then of the Belgian Grand Prix. Vettel is also passed on Leclerc here. But we are into P1 in the Belgian Grand Prix. I said I was looking forward to this one going into it here. We qualified P4, so another high qualifying position for us then. And if we can hold on to this race win, that would be absolutely fantastic here. The track here, you can see, really is drying out now. Not much of this rain left at all. Well, I mean, it stopped raining here. We've just got to wait for this water to dry up that's on the circuit until people can start thinking about going on slicks here. I'm not going to do anything stupid. I think I'm going to wait till other people start going on slicks before I bring myself in. Where I was saying about going onto mediums though, I think we could maybe take a set of softs to the end of this Grand Prix. Yeah, I think that'll probably be the strategy then. Take a set of softs to the end of this race and just see where we go from here. As this part of the circuit does seem to be actually quite a lot drier than other parts here. But here comes Sebastian Vettel then. This will be for the lead there. On the inside here, we're going to go around the outside. Around the outside, a blanch him on the ball places. Max Verstappen did that move a few years ago in 2015 and got a lot of praise for it when he was in the Toro Rosso. I wonder how much praise we'll get for it, doing an Alfa Romeo and overtaking Sebastian Vettel's Ferrari for the lead of the Belgian Grand Prix. DRS is enabled here. We've missed, though, the pit entry. So we're going to have to do another lap here on these intermediate tyres, as are all of the front running here, but it doesn't really seem to matter because nobody looks to be pitting just yet. So no one thinks that the circuit's dry enough for slicks just yet here. I still see a bit of spray on the tyres, I will be honest, so I don't think it is time for slicks just yet here. But Leclerc though, he's going to have obviously DRS this time, and Leclerc's going to make a DRS assisted move for the lead of this one here. Bottas is going to have DRS on Vettel there. But what is it with Leclerc this race? He seems to take the inside of that corner and then just cut across the front of people here. We've got a new strategy on the MFD. What is it? It's going to be to pit this lap for softs tyres. So we're going to pit end of this Grand Prix for softs here. That McLaren that's running right down the order though is going to get a nice early pit stop over everybody else here. I find it funny, nobody else decided to pit this lap here, so I thought we were going to lose mountains of time being the cars in the lead. But no, it doesn't seem like anybody else pitted here. We're just going to hope though that Leclerc is struggling a bit on these tyres here. He seems to be struggling through pull on there. That's all off the circuit though, still kicking up a little bit of spray here. So it's not fully dry, but I think it's definitely time for slicks here. I reckon I'm going to risk it. I reckon I'm going to risk it and pull it in for slicks this lap here. I think if we stay out on another lap of intermediates, I think it'll be more detrimental. And I mean, the team's recommending slicks, so I reckon that is what we will do here. Lap 7 though of 11. Only 4 laps to go in this Belgian Grand Prix here. I said that I think this will be an interesting one if people start pitting for slick tyres. And that's exactly what's going to happen here, though, as we can hit the brakes there. We almost hit the back of Charles Leclerc here. He is going to go into the pit lane, though, first. So we've got to hope that a lot of cars come into the pits to hold him up. And we slow the car down as well there. But some cars carry on there. We got my teammate carrying on a Mercedes, a Red Bull here. So some cars not wanting to pit. The Ferraris, though, are going to double stack. And they're going to get held up by the Red Bull. So, drama though, in this race here, we are going to pit, we are going to come out ahead of Charles Leclerc. That is absolutely crucial for this Grand Prix. We now need to get on the pace here. How does the car feel coming out of the pit lane? Not too bad at all. We made the right call in pitting. We're ahead now of Charles Leclerc on strategy. We have just got to keep our head down, keep focused, and see what we can do though in the remaining part of this Grand Prix here. It's going to hurt my teammate, the Red Bull and the Mercedes car that have decided to stay out there. I think it's going to hurt them massively. They didn't want to double stack. Well, Ferrari did, and both cars ended up losing mountains of time there. I don't know where Vettel's ended up, but he's ended up behind a Williams car that's, I believe, well, I mean, he must have stayed out because I can't see, not being horrible, but I can't see in a reasonable way how that Williams has jumped up so many places. So surely the Williams cars haven't pitted just yet here. But this is another dream scenario for us here. Hopefully, we'll be leading this one. Unless, oh, that through poo on that. It's still a bit wet, but not too bad at all. I mean, this car just feels so much different in the dry conditions here. In a good way, though. I mean, you just feel so much more planted there. The car just sticks to the road. And, oh, it's a dream to drive this machine. But on to lap 8 then of this Grand Prix. Wow, what a race as it stands here. I mean, chaos on the opening few laps there with all that rain coming down, you know. Really, really difficult, but here we go. Kimi Raikkonen then in the pit lane. We are going to come out of the final corner though. And we are going to be the ones leading the way. We're going to be the ones to begin lap 9 of the Belgian Grand Prix then. 11 laps in this race. We're on lap number 9 here. 2 laps to go. So we've just got to focus now. It'd be lovely if we could set the fastest lap in this race as well. I'm going to give it full push on this lap here. That's exactly what we're going to try and do. This is a circuit I know quite well here. We tried to set the fastest lap in Germany, if you remember, and then got all crossed up going into the final corner of our lap there. So it didn't work there. We've got a car going slowly. We've got a Red Bull breaking down. We have a Red Bull with an issue. There's a Red Bull going slowly up a Rouge here, and it's going to cause big problems there. As I think Toro Rosso's held up behind it as well. Oh, this is going to cause big issues now. The Red Bull's through, but it's Verstappen. Max Verstappen is out there. Lando Norris is the McLaren in last place, by the way. But Max Verstappen, though, he is out of the Belgian Grand Prix there. That's a shame for him. This is one of his favourite circuits. This is almost a home Grand Prix for him. He was born in Belgium, and it's a circuit he absolutely loves here. But for Max Verstappen, no points today for the Red Bull driver. He is out of the Grand Prix. But we are going to try and push on here as much as possible. I mean, just look at that there. 2 purple sectors here. 8 seconds faster than our original fastest lap, which obviously was done in intermediate conditions here. But it just goes to show you how much the conditions really do change this Grand Prix. Though. Look at that. Through poo on there. The car is just... sorry, that's not poo on, that's Blanchimont. The car is just so hooked up in these conditions here. It was a 151 from Lando Norris here. We'll see what it is from us here. It's a 149.2, but I believe that will be beaten as well here. So yeah, if we want fastest lap, if we want to score maximum points here, we're going to have to give it absolutely everything till the end of this race. Yeah, Vettel does a 48.7 there. So that's 5 tenths faster than us. So we have got to find 5 tenths in the last 2 laps here, which I think is going to be fairly difficult to do. But you never know in Formula 1. You've just got to keep pushing. We're going to keep pushing here. I think our goal was to score 15 championship points in 2 weekends here. Well, as it stands, we're going to do that in just 1, and we're going to score a lot more than 15 points here. If we can get fastest lap, it will be 26, but if not, we will I will definitely gladly take just 25 fair points, and I will walk away from here with a race win here. But not the first time this season. We will be victorious then for Alfa Romeo. Look at that through poo on there. You can almost hit that flat out in this car. I remember a few years ago here, it was this race in real life. Antonio Giovinazzi had a horrible accident through that corner, where in this very car actually, where he got on that exit curb and the car just looped itself around. Oh, that was a horrible accident. I remember watching that one on the television, and that car was buried deep in the tyre wall as well there. He hit it with some force. I mean, it's about 160 miles an hour. You take that corner there, and you scrub off no speed, because there never used to be a gravel trap through there, although there is now. But there never used to be a gravel trap in that corner. But we're going to race through here. This is the start then of your final lap of the Belgian Grand Prix. We do take the fastest lap as it stands here, but then that is beaten by Valtteri Bottas there. He does a 1:48.1, so only a tenth faster than us here. But it is time then for the final lap of this one. Hamilton does a 1:47.5. Wow, that is some pace there from the Mercedes car. Some pace that the Mercedes cars have seemed to be lacking all weekend. I mean, it's going to be an okay recovery from Valtteri Bottas, though, to end up P2 here as it stands, although Leclerc is going to be all over the back of him in this final lap here. But we have got to see then if we can just hold on to this lead here. As I say, I am pushing for fastest lap, but if it doesn't happen, then that is fine as well. It's time, though, for the Belgian Grand Prix to come to an end here. Absolutely love this circuit, I do. We've got another great track next time out in Monza. That one, obviously, all straight line speed here. We've got two classic tracks in a row with Belgium and Monza here. Two fan favourite circuits. But here we go then, as we round a few corners here. Absolutely brilliant circuit here. A lot of character, isn't there? As I don't think we're going to get our fastest lap at all there. We've been right on the edge all lap pushing here, but it doesn't seem to be doing much here. But we will take, though, P1 without a shadow of thought. I'll take P1 in this Grand Prix gladly here. We went into the Belgian Grand Prix saying hopefully we could walk away with some decent points here. That was the aim, to finish in the top 10, like it has been all races this season. But as the checkered flag flies, it's going to be our third win of our career and our third win of the season. Fantastic effort from the team to take home first place in the Belgian Grand Prix here. It's a great result for us. More points. And another excellent finish there. Kimi Raikkonen will come home in P7. So, what's that? 31 points scored by the Alfa Romeo team today. Unreal effort from the team. And we are going to score the most points out of any team here. We're only now 22 points behind Sebastian Vettel in the driver's standings here. So really interested to see that there, as Raikkonen moves back ahead of Carlos Sainz there. 52 points scored by Raikkonen so far this season, though. But we are just what's that? Just over 100 points behind Ferrari in the constructor standings there. But yeah, a great result there. Vettel ended up with a fastest lap, almost a second faster than our fastest lap, though. But it doesn't matter, because we walk away with the P1 trophy. That's 1 point. We have 25 to our name. Verstappen, though, out of the race there. A big shock retirement. And, yeah, I mean, wow. What an incredible race. What more can I say? The car felt great. And, yeah, the whole car was working so well. Even in the wet conditions, the car just felt amazing to drive. But yeah, I mean, we have really formed this little team into something so much bigger than it really is. But guys, that was the Belgian Grand Prix then. That will probably be it for this episode here. We're going to see if we get any resource points, and then we're going to simulate the Italian Grand Prix practice sessions and get the resource points from those to see if we can put any upgrades on. But It is going to be P1
Excellent
at
result today.
Belgium.
Finishes like
And
that
I'm
look
looking
good on your
forward to
contract
the
documents.
Italian Grand Prix.
On
Next
to the
one.
next one.
That is the next race. But here we go then. Can we get these upgrades on our car? Hopefully they'll all be fit for the Italian Grand Prix. That will be episode 15 of the career mode. And I'm looking forward, very much looking forward to that race here. I'm going to simulate through now and see, do we have the upgrades on the car? I'm hoping we are going to have them on. And it looks like we've got some of them on here. Have any of them failed? No, they have not, it would seem. Yep, we are fully through then, with a full set of upgrades. That's a beautiful job then from the team yet again to get more upgrades on. We're going to simulate practice like we always do. We're going to put one more upgrade on, I think, is all we're going to have enough for in this episode. And then, yeah, we will move on to the Italian Grand Prix. But that'll be for the next episode, though, the Italian Grand Prix. But guys, another fantastic result. Another win for the team here. Our third win of the season and our fourth podium of the season as well. So, yeah. A great job, though, all round from the team here. We're going to put this into... Then we're going to put this one into weight reduction. That'll come through for the Singapore Grand Prix then. So that'll be in a couple episodes' time. But guys, thank you as always for watching. If you have enjoyed this episode, make sure to like and subscribe. And guys, I will see you for the next one. This has been the Belgian Grand Prix. But thank you guys for watching. Take care, guys. Cheers.